Welcome to Punchlines, live from Nevada, here at the South Point Studios at the South Point Casino. I'm Frank Nicotero. I'm a longtime comedian. I'll be at the Jimmy Kimmel Comedy Club headlining tomorrow night and Saturday night, and a lifelong sports fan. And today's show is going to be exciting. It's going to have energy, almost as much fun and energy that we will probably see from Jason Kelce this year, as he has now been named a co-host of NFL Countdown.
You lose him. Oh, there's his brother. Says right on. That's Jason.
There it is. So. He's officially signed with ESPN. I know this was the other day. We didn't get to it yesterday. We were too busy with the golf swing recap, which, by the way, Ryan, has gone viral.
Yeah. Thanks to Keith Lyle.
Thanks to Keith Lyle. Awful Announcing picked up on the story. They even wrote a story about it. It's getting tens and thousands of views, which we're very excited about. So once again, I'm going to say this to everyone. You're welcome for breaking the set. There he is, the man encased in glass like David Blaine in one of his weird stunts. Ryan B. McCormick. The B stands for boy, am I happy you're here producing the show. Ryan, what's happening with you?
Not much. Just wanted to give that shout out to Keith.
Yeah, thank you, Keith.
Tagging in Awful Announcing and then getting us several thousand more.
Several thousand. On the show today, we have picks at 12:36, a fan video from J. Chris Newberg throwing out the first pitch at a Detroit Tigers game, some Frankie Fungo trivia, and a special edition of NFL Lines of the Night because we have all the schedule releases. But the man that's going to make it happen and entertain us, celebrating his 200th episode of Sports by the Book, Jeff Parles is here. It's Thursday.
Yeah,
I'm very proud of you, Frank.
Yes.
Only you could destroy property and make lemonade out of it.
I'm telling you, that's what I'm saying. It's our Ed Ames tomahawk. But Ed Ames with the thing on Carson. Yeah,
but Vinny Magliulo's here to my
by the
right.
way, Vinny Magliulo has just stepped in the studio.
Yeah. I'm a little concerned about what he might have to say here today.
You know, Frank. I'm here on behalf of. It was too difficult for Chris Andrews to come in and to follow up on what happened the other day. So he said, "Vin, look, it's too emotional.
Yeah, I know.
Can you go in for me?" I said, "Chrissy, as difficult as it is." So Frank, what I have here is the South Point Employee Handbook. All right, and
okay,
it's pretty specific.
Some lines there too. You want to talk about today's game?
Well, we may get to that. We may not. Frank. There may be a number on your next show as we move forward here after this information. It's pretty clear on page 17.
I'm familiar with 16.
Page 17. Company property.
Right. Yeah.
Yes. Company property is to be treated with respect and care.
Right.
And not to be abused. And I have to tell you, Frank, you got a lot of mileage out of this thing. People are starting to think it was scripted.
No, it was not.
It was not. Obviously, the clubs are still here, by the way.
And by the way, that's the TV. There's the monitor right there.
Yeah, that is the monitor.
That's the monitor.
Yeah, and I know that you also had a suggestion that we put it out on eBay.
We could auction it
for auction purposes.
Yeah.
That's not going to happen.
Okay.
The fact that you have to now enter the studio with a cup is also a little concerning. But
we got to get binders clubs
now.
out here.
So Chris is pleading your case in HR right now.
Okay,
right, really trying to assure everyone that it was in fact an accident. But HR has mandated the following. This is for starters.
All right.
Okay, you are not allowed to demonstrate batting practice. Okay.
Damn it.
So no BP.
Okay, no BP
for you. All right. When we go out to the ballpark, a different story.
Okay.
Although there will probably be you'll be by yourself. There'll be no slap shots. There'll be no illustration, left or right handed slap shots.
We were doing that for the Stanley Cup Finals.
I know. We're this. HR is very good at anticipating. That's what they do.
That's what they do.
No fly fishing demonstrations. Okay.
Well, I don't know how to do that. So
gee, obviously you don't know how to golf either, Frank. But, all right, that didn't stop you the other day. All right. There'll be no curling.
Come on!
No. I know the Winter Olympic. No curling. Frank,
I already ordered the water and the ice.
Frank, by the way, this is a first for an employee here at the. Now, Michael Gaughan began the company in 1978. This is an absolute first. Chris, Jimmy, and I.
Nobody's ever broken a monitor.
Nobody's ever destroyed company property at will.
Come on!
I mean, I'm just telling you. Like this is. So there are so moving.
Roll the clip as B-roll.
Well, obviously, I mean it's
getting hits. It's
beyond viral.
It's beyond
I
viral.
mean, so.
Well, I apologize, and we'll.
We have Andy Martello in the chat saying you should not demonstrate your bowling techniques either.
Right,
bowling.
Bowling's
Another
up.
one, Andy. I mean, you're gonna get it. This the list goes on and on. So I don't want to take up the entire show just for what
That
you're
lawn
prohibited
darts for
of
the
doing.
summer.
But I would definitely please, this could. I don't think you're quite out of the woods just yet.
I'm gonna
again,
go
Chris
get
is
it-
over there pleading your case
I'm
right
gonna
now.
go get it fixed. My old man's got a set of tools. He can fix it.
Yeah.
That's from Fast Times at Ridgemont High.
Hey, Spicoli, listen.
I'm old man.
a
he's
tube-
television repairman. He can fix it.
Mr. Hand does not have any tubes.
Jet on down and party with the
Now,
Stones.
if you would like to chat a little bit of odds,
Yeah, sure.
well,
We
can.
have Vinny here. We're gonna talk some odds.
I
What do you
mean,
got?
we may as well.
Right.
By the way, it's never too. It's never out of season. The NFL, they do a great
well,
job
That's why it's amazing. No, we talk about that all the time.
with how brilliantly they they market their product
They
and everything.
own the world.
And with the schedule being finalized
Okay.
and announced, and again, Chris Andrews and I have been talking about this for a while now because people keep when a regular season wins going to go up and things like that. We wanted to wait for. We knew the team's opponents, but
Okay.
what we wanted to get
Sure.
a look at is the sequence, right, Frank?
Traveling
You look
and,
in,
bye
and
weeks.
again, if you look at there's a great point on there about the team that travel or teams that travel the most. For instance, the Chargers are going to. What are they going to circumnavigate the globe? I think like the Raiders did.
Magellan.
Yeah, they're the Los Angeles Magellans now, and then you've got a team
Captain
like Washington, who just really has the least amount of travel, and that does come into play in terms of maybe a tweak of maybe whether it's a half game or not, or if it's a matter of juice,
Right.
So you want to pay close attention to that. So. But Chris did release here at South Point and Rampart and our properties in Mesquite the regular season wins for the NFL. So
Okay.
I know that you're dying to know about that team from Pennsylvania,
9.
Western Pennsylvania.
9.
Yeah, close, 8.5 over.
Okay, wow.
8.5 over.
All right, that sounds about
8.5.
right.
So you must love the over. Of course, after you get done paying for the destroyed property, company property, maybe you'll have a little something left over.
To throw on the Steelers over.
Maybe you should try to convince HR that you're going to win that bet, and maybe they can put it on.
And I'll pay a little juice.
You can pay it on
I'll
time.
I'll pay a vig on that.
Maybe $1.30.
Right, okay.
I'll see if I can. See if I can get you $1.30 on that.
Oh my God! So the lines are up here at South Point.
The lines
for
are up.
Win totals.
Yes, for regular season
Jeff,
NFL.
I'm sure you've looked at this already.
These came out with 5 minutes to go on our show this morning.
Okay.
So,
So you'll hit it tomorrow.
Sean and I actually talked about this a little bit beforehand. There was one number I was really hoping would be a half win more,
buddy.
Okay.
and that was the Miami Dolphins. I was really hoping.
You wanted to bet under 10, didn't you?
100%. Yeah. Yes.
What do you think? What do you think? We're throwing darts back there?
No. You guys know what you're doing.
Oh, well, I
know
thank
that.
you. I mean,
you're welcome. You got it.
I mean,
Well, what I
by the way,
we
I'm
also pay very close, and we respect company property. Go ahead. I didn't
by
mean
the
to
way,
interrupt.
I was going to say I'm very disappointed that you banned curling in the studio for Frank.
Well,
Now,
no.
of all,
We had a
of
whole
all the
segment
things,
next
That's for your benefit too.
I'm
Safety.
curling.
just-
Curling is a great sport. Man.
It's a
Yeah,
great. They're all great
sport.
sports.
Yeah.
It's a matter of safety, though. Employee
I
safety.
have a curling story I can't tell on the show. I can tell you guys off the air.
Oh, that's all. I can't
That's
wait.
just-
I can't
Oh,
wait.
good. The curling federation is
curling
now.
story I can tell only off the air.
That may get used against you at HR if
Oh,
HR
my
departments talk to each other.
Well, I think we're gonna do it with once we get when will we have the opening lines for games
For week one,
Yeah.
those will come out probably within a few days.
Okay.
Sometime by the end of the month. Week one will get up.
We had talked about getting all the on-air talent to go ahead and go ahead and pick the games for week one. We're going to seal them in a manila envelope
We're going to pick them against the spread, or we're going to pick them outright?
against the spread. The spread
good.
that's released
All right,
early.
I'm in. Let's go.
And then we're going to see how we do in 4 months from now.
And the winner gets all of your Pittsburgh
Gets the
fun.
broken TV.
Why not?
The broken
Yeah,
TV.
Why
yes.
wouldn't it?
Allegedly broken TV. I still think you can rub
Allegedly
that out.
broken. Yes.
There was no alleging. It's
I'm going
it's
to
done
take that home over the weekend. I'll see what I can do with it. Put some new liquid crystals in there.
tonight. The Timberwolves
Yeah.
down to 2 against the Nuggets. Timberwolves open 2.5 down to 2 here at South Point. Betting it over full point to 205.5. And tomorrow there's a belief that this series will go 7. Betting the Pacers at home, which they're a different team at home, obviously.
Yeah, they really are.
From 5 to 5.5. And that one's been bet under from 217 and a half to 216.
Close already?
There we go.
Let's do it.
It's early. Doesn't that give you a chill?
It does.
Did you see my ears?
Get
like
to
a
the
Doberman,
window.
my ears went.
Oh, we have some okay. We got some people on the chat room. ladies and
Oh,
gentlemen.
go ahead.
Not even just the chat room. We are up to 84 live viewers right now.
80. What the hell? All right. Well, we thank everybody.
See,
for
you
being
should
here.
break more things.
Yeah,
Forget HR. Break more
49
things.
of them are in HR right now. So
This is our highest crowd ever.
Yeah.
Give me a golf club. All right. Vinny Malulo, everybody. Thank you, Vinny,
Yeah,
for stopping
Vinny.
in and
By the way,
reprimanding me.
actually, hold on. Before he goes,
Yes.
he forgot one important thing.
What's that?
You forgot to ban one thing, it was just
I
brought up.
wasn't done yet. Obviously, I'm getting
But
run
it
out.
was brought up by our friend Andy Martello on the
Yes.
chat. Bowling balls have to be banned from the studio forever now.
Well, meanwhile, we got
Jeff
a bowling
doesn't
center up here. We're in the middle of a
I think
championship.
Red Panda is going
Okay.
to come in and do some
Yeah.
bowling. We
Yeah.
already
You know,
said the
you
bowling.
But I
can't.
didn't hear.
You cannot.
Red Panda's we're banning Red Panda too.
See,
God.
we already listen. You can't come up to the bracket window and try to cash out.
No, I will not do
All
that.
right.
I'm going home.
Bowlers only. All right,
Wow.
we're going to get the show back on track here. Vinny, I take the punishment. Thank you. It was better coming from you. It was softer coming from the fellow Italian. Gary Arlitz will wear protective gear when Frank is around.
Good.
Next time I'm out at the park. And Keith Lyle, thank you, buddy. So anyway, here we go. It's May 16th, 2024. It's National Mimosa Day.
It is?
National Barb. Yeah, I know. We should have done mimosa.
Wow, that's a missed opportunity.
You can't.
After the show.
After the show, we'll do
I'm
National.
playing tennis after the show.
Oh.
Perfect.
It's perfect. And it's National Barbecue Day. So then you go get some barbecue after tennis. Nothing like getting barbecue when you're wearing all white at the Wimbledon.
That's pretty good.
There you go. And it's National Classic Movie Day, ladies and gentlemen. Classic movie. What's your favorite classic movie? It's got to be at least 30 or 40 years old.
Casablanca.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Look at you. Look at you. You weren't expecting that.
I was not.
I feel like he just named the classic movie.
Yeah, what about you?
Goonies.
Here's looking. Goonies is the most overrated movie of all time. I thought Jurassic. Goonies
Yeah,
is not
'cause
as
Jurassic
good.
Park's over 30
Goonies
years
is
old.
not as good as you think it
Wait a
is.
second. Jurassic Park's not a classic movie. That's
The
less
original
Than,
well, no,
that's,
it's
less
not.
than, that's less than 30 years
You
old,
guys,
isn't it?
I'm going to tell you the correct answer. The correct answer is Godfather. So
Well,
there you go.
I figured you were going to pick that. So
I
I
wish
stayed.
Vinny was still here
Well,
for that.
Goodfellas. Well, Goodfellas wasn't.
Goodfellas can
that
go-
wasn't.
that's
Was that long enough ago to count?
1990.
Did
so yeah.
1990 count?
Yeah, it's 35. I said
It's
everything over
34
30
years now. Wow.
Is-
Goodfellas is 1990. It lost the Oscar to Dances with Wolves. Trust me. All right. All right, let's get on with some sports talk. Let's just go right to the Lions of the Night special NFL schedule release edition.
Nerds.
Right, let's do that. What do we got? So the NFL schedules were released,
Yeah.
and we have Lions of the Night. I'm going to start with mine. I'm just going to say mine. The Steelers, of course, is the first schedule I looked at. They are not playing an AFC North opponent until week 11. How does that happen? Then it's Cleveland Bengals, Baltimore, Cleveland Bengals. That's insane to not play a divisional game till week 11?
The Steelers and the Bears are in the same boat.
The Bears are in the same boat?
It's
How is this done? Is this something intentionally done to ramp up the end of the year?
No, I think it's just with the way that they broke. There you go. Great work by Ann and Sean, by the way, in this great graphic that we have on the screen now. You know, it's fascinating because Ryan brought it up too with the Bears,
Nice
where again I think the Bears are going to be pretty good. I have questions at head coach still, but they should be pretty good. Your
Better
team,
than
on the other hand, I think would be better off if Russell Wilson is so bad in training
That's
camp
how you get Fields in
that they cut him because they're paying him nothing.
They're paying him nothing.
And end up with Fields the rest of the way. I think he's better than Russell Wilson. I don't even think
so.
it's close at this point.
All right, that's interesting. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, it's going to be an interesting season. It's every game. There's games on everyone has a game.
Yep.
It's like literally. I think like I don't know. PBS is doing a game. I think at some point it's ridiculous. Look at that. You have Prime Video, Peacock, Netflix. All right. So what's your line of the night?
This was my line of the night.
Yeah, go for it.
So the NFL.
No funds lost.
Yeah, the NFL
No
is
FL. Good one.
The current media rights deal for the NFL is getting them $110 billion through 2033. And they have an opt-out of all of them in 2030, so they can renegotiate and get even more going forward after that. So
that means the savings will trickle down to us at home paying for the package.
Yeah, paying over $1,000 for each of these different networks combined.
I got to get that jailbreak. I got to jailbreak that.
Well, that website I showed you works.
Oh, okay. We can't tell that on the air, the down low. But really, for NFL games?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
All right. Well, that is a hell of a line. I mean, $110 billion. NFL, they're the king. Jeff, what is your line of the night?
Which would put up the one you ended up
I
deciding.
went with the Giants.
You went with the Giants. So The Giants have been around in professional football now for 100 years.
I think I know what this is going to be.
And they unveiled the worst jerseys in the history of the 100 years of their franchise.
I saw these. I thought it was a joke. Here we go.
Well, this is the video. There'll be a still shot that will be played in a little bit as well. But
it's the reveal. It's the build. What?
Well, there you go. Did Maurice Richard come back? That's the Canadian. Sorry. But I don't know what was going on here with these jerseys. They're going through it. They're using the helmet from 1938, which is the same style as Michigan, using the jersey from the 20s, using the pants from way back when as well. These are truly awful.
Wow. Yeah, look at it. I swear to God, I thought it was someone's, artist rendering.
Just mock it up.
Utah Yeti.
These are so bad. These are, and it's funny because the helmet, which is the same wing style that Michigan and the University of Delaware does, as you know.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Michigan has, I would argue, the best helmet in college football.
They are cool. I am a fan.
And for whatever reason, with red and blue, it does not work whatsoever.
My God.
But with the maize and blue, it works amazing. But not for the Giants for whatever reason.
Well, Daniel Jones will look great in that. Oh my God. I literally thought it was.
They're going to it. They're wearing them twice. They're definitely going to. I have to see which games they're using them in. But it would not shock me one bit if they go 2-0 in those and they have to bring them back.
The Steelers did kind of a throwback. You remember the Bumblebee one?
So that was what I can. Those are Sean, who's running audio board in the corner for all the new listeners here.
Right.
I'm not going to give him the nickname that your original punchies have given him because it's unfair to Sean.
Okay.
Because Sean is a great guy.
Yeah, Sean is.
But the Steeler Bumblebee jerseys were the standard for horrible at the beginning before these today.
Yeah.
This is now the new standard of horrible throwbacks.
The Bumblebees had a huge leather patch on them, which they said back then was used to keep the football tighter, like leather on leather, which makes no sense. I don't know. They called them the Bumblebees, and it's when we had Ben and Bell and Brown. So it was like, Killer Bees. They were stupid. They were terrible. Goonies is overrated, Bob Dell. That is my man right there, Bob Dell, best friend in the world. Goonies is not that good.
Well, you guys were alive when it came out. I wasn't.
Wow. He tries to sing us with that. I saw it in the theater, and I remember.
Wait, what year was Goonies?
Like 80, Christian, are you watching? 80 what?
I think
85?
I was not alive in 85, Ryan. Thank you very much.
I wasn't saying you. I was saying Frank and Bob Dell.
Yeah.
Oh.
We put a poll in the chat.
I think this first time ever we did a poll. Yes. We're stepping it up, ladies and gentlemen. Is Goonies overrated? We have 11 votes. 70% say yes, it is. Am I right?
So what would?
I agree. Goonies suck.
What would it count as overrated, though? I think it's rated properly. It's not as good as what Ryan's saying.
Well, Ryan put his favorite classic.
For the bulk of humanity, I think it's rated perfectly where it should be, which is a solid movie, but nothing spectacular.
I don't know. Can't wait to bet against the Giants when they're Paul's going the other way on the Giants uniforms. He's going to bet against them.
Go against them? I would imagine. I know they're playing the Bengals on a Sunday night early in the season. I would imagine they're going to wear them in that game.
Oh, that's a lot of orange and red on the field that night.
Yeah, there's a lot going on. Yeah.
Oh my God. I love it. I think they're not cool, but I love the whole idea of more uniforms, and it's, hey, you know what? They can sell more merchandise that way.
Oh, wow. What NFL and more money. What a concept.
What a concept, ladies and gentlemen. All right. That's Lines of the Night. Let's move on. I just want to say it's episode 154. Studio 54, baby. 100 shows ago. We've been checking back 100 shows ago, the day after Christmas. Our friend Dennis Evans, who was a sports anchor in Kansas City. You knew him from when he was here, correct?
Ann knows Dennis well.
Familiar with him.
Yeah, I'm familiar with him.
He's been on the show a handful of times. He's always in a minivan. And 100 shows ago, it was the day after Christmas. He was in his minivan. Ryan's mic was muted, but not to Dennis. And we had this shot of Dennis in the van, and it started snowing. And Ryan yells, "It's snowing," to me. And Dennis heard it and rolled with it. So here's the snowing van. So there's Dennis. All right. Well, anyway, Dennis is talking.
Who still, despite the fact that, yes, it's snowing here, by the way. I'm not going to whine about that.
Hysterical.
Okay.
And that's become one of our running jokes. It's snowing.
Yeah. Yeah.
But Dennis Evans rolling. But Dennis being the consummate pro in the, yes, it's snowing outside. Anyway, back to the football game. Love that guy. Yeah. So there you go. And we have a fan video we wanted to throw real quick before we shift back to football. J. Chris Newberg, who's been on the show 2 times. J. Chris Newberg has the record for what, Ryan, on this program?
F-bomb said.
Nice record to have.
3-in-1 interview.
Yeah.
3-1
That
interview.
was the Greg Vaughn Award until he showed up.
Greg Vaughn has 2, I think.
Yeah.
Greg Vaughn was the original member.
He was the original
Yeah.
member, then Jerry. But Chris Newberg, so go ahead, roll the footage. I'll talk over it. So, big time comedian there. Look at him on the big scoreboard. So he's from Detroit. He loves Detroit almost as much as I love Pittsburgh. He was on the show twice, episode 60 and then episode 98 recently when he was playing at the Laugh Factory down at the Trap before it closed down. So you got to throw a first pitch, and he looks in for a sign. He takes a few steps up. I have to give him hell for that. But anyway, throws a nice pitch, boom. And that's his girl screaming. But anyway, that's a cool thing, man. So congratulations to J. Chris Newberg for throwing out the first pitch. Pretty cool.
Yeah.
We're going to do picks at 12:36, but I feel like we should just get into post soon. Should we do it?
Sure.
Sound a horn.
Jeff
Jumped right
Goff
at it,
on
yeah.
Thursday. It's time for Post with Punchlines. I feel like I've heard this horn already today. Anyway, Post, we comb. Mostly Ryan. Ryan did a hell of a job combing and finding all sorts of nuggets from the internet that we like to share with you guys, and your feedback is always quite funny. Let's take a look. Again, we want to thank everybody for being in our live chat room. You guys are the best. Tomorrow's show, Alex White will be here with Ryan and myself, and we're going to do a new feature. Jeff, you can participate in this if you'd like. It's called Monday's Headlines. You have to make a prediction of what will be a headline on Monday. Doesn't have to be sports related, but Rangers triple overtime win, just something fun. Jeff is
He's already doing it.
He's already doing it, ladies and gentlemen. He's writing down.
I have to think it's something Pirates Cubbies related.
No, oh God, yeah. There you go. All right, well, we have a night to think about it. Jeff's writing down. They should let us bowl in the studio while Red Panda does her thing.
I heard you there. You're good. I'm aware.
When he said the bowling thing, right? He goes, he's not even listening. He's busy doing. He does what he does.
I already have. Do you want me to read? Can I read my
No,
headline
that's the
now, or do you want me to
point.
hold
We
it?
were going to seal them,
That's
and then
the
we open up
point.
it on
Okay,
Monday.
I will
You won't be here Monday if you want to. Neither will. No. Ann's calling no.
I will seal it up. It's right here.
We're going to have to
Ryan,
get
it's
some
right
envelopes.
on here.
Get petty cash. We're going to get some
It's a
envelopes.
lot of good stuff right there.
Yeah.
It's a great headline.
Okay. I didn't see it. All right.
All right. So
let's get a post. Ryan, what's first up?
first post, we just showed the clip of J. Chris Newberg in Detroit pitching his first pitch. So
Yes, he was.
going with MLB content.
Okay.
Brooksgate did a comparison
We love Brooks.
of teams most similar based on their all-time achievements.
Okay.
So
This is a
their
weird
rankings
thing, yeah.
in all-time wins, their win percentage, all-time playoff wins, and World Series wins. So
It's baseball and football.
it's like looking in a mirror. The Yankees and Cardinals are very similar.
The Cardinals do have the most World Series for a National League team.
Apparently, the Tigers and Pirates are in the mirror.
Handful each, I guess. Okay.
My Cubbies are with the A's.
Now that one I'm a little puzzled by because the A's have like 4 or 5 World Series. They won 3 in a row in the 70s, early 70s, and they won the Bash Brothers in the Earthquake Series, 89.
Yeah, I think that probably has to do with the other ones because those two teams have been around forever. Obviously, the A's in multiple iterations.
Maybe it's all-time win percentage.
Yeah,
too. So
but
there you go.
that
It's
would be
not
my
just
guess.
World Series
Yeah.
wins.
Well, Cubbies have won. They were the first team to win back-to-back ever back in
Christ,
19.
what year was that?
07.
1907?
Okay, yeah.
Yeah,
Right. 09 was the
07,
Pirates, by the way.
yeah.
But okay.
So
I love that the Mets and Phillies are together. The two teams that hate each other more than
Well,
any two teams.
it's interesting because the Phillies have the most losses in Major League history. They were a laughing.
Phillies do?
Yeah, the Phillies they've been around forever, and
Yeah.
they've been they have their 2 titles,
Yeah.
but the Mets have 2 titles. Have been around for a lot less years, and
Wow.
also, in all honesty, the Phillies were kind of what the Mets have been for most of their existence
Yeah.
before the Mets existed. So
Yeah, I
it makes
get-
a lot of sense. The one that's most interesting to me,
Yes, which one?
you gotta love the Marlins. The Marlins have been so bad in their non-World
Yeah, how are
Series
they
years
that
they're with the Mariners, who are one of the few teams to not appear in a World
Never
Series.
made a
still.
World Series, yeah.
Yeah.
That's crazy. And by the way, San Diego and Colorado, 2 teams who have not won a World Series.
Well,
as
actually, now that Seattle's the only one to not appear in a World Series, correct? I'm pretty sure that's right now.
Colorado was in. They got swept, right?
Arizona's won.
Washington.
Arizona's been in 2. Washington won 1. Tampa's
The
been in
Guardians
1.
have been in as another
Yeah,
one.
I think it is. I think that is right. I think Seattle is the only team never to compete in the World Series now.
God, that is brutal.
Yeah, not good.
I took
Ooh.
and that was Jay. That was Brooksgate.
that was Brooksgate.
Brooksgate, we love you. Always
But-
coming up with unusual stuff, and that's a nice segue to the other person we love. Am I right?
Now we go to Jay Kuda.
Jay Kuda,
who did a comparison of Major League home run hitters, major golf winners, and quarterbacks based on number of players in each sport to achieve certain feats. So the greatest of all times in MLB, PGA, and NFL.
Okay.
700 homers, 10 plus major wins, or 500 plus touchdown passes.
Well, I can see. So it's Babe Ruth, Tiger Woods, and Tom Brady.
Yeah. So there's only 3 members in each of those. For
Oh,
all,
wow.
And then so 600 homer. There's 9 people in that club. 7 majors, 11 people. 350 plus passing touchdowns, 11 people in the club. So examples. And so down in the 6th tier, players to hit 250 plus home runs. There is 248 of.
Yeah.
And then to win 1 major, 232 of, and to throw 50 plus passing touchdowns, there's 229 of.
And that's Jay Cuda. Again, what is this Jay Cuda? I've clicked on his bio. He has a day job or a regular job too or something. But then how does he do that?
Yeah.
Match. I mean, the amount of research and just creativeness.
The thing that surprised me was that Mickey Mantle, Rory McIlroy, and Joe Montana are on the same tier.
Mantle and Montana, I can see that. Rory McIlroy, I guess he did have that hot streak, right?
Well, I mean, Rory won 4 quickly.
Yeah, right.
I mean, he hasn't won one. The last time he's won a major is actually in this exact spot.
Okay.
The PGA at Valhalla, where the PGA is this year, 10 years ago.
Right.
So,
okay. Wow.
But again, Rory was. I mean, it was quick. It was quick when he won his 4 majors. Yeah. He won.
And by the way,
four in 13 tournaments.
Yeah, right. Yeah. If you're a golf fan, by the way, our PGA special, if you want to tune in, it's still living
on our
page.
channel. Yep.
By the way, you mentioned Mickey Mantle again, and I forgot my homework assignment the other night to Google Mickey Mantle and the Bleachers. And you're the one who went, oh, God, you got to read this story. Do you know this story, too?
Yes, of course I
don't know this.
It's not suitable for air.
There's no way you can clean it up and kind of describe.
There is no chance.
All right. Well, listen, folks, don't log off. Don't stop watching the show. Your homework assignment is to Google Mickey Mantle. How
does he not know that's one of the all-time classics?
Maybe once I start reading, I'll go.
It was what? It was Mickey Mantle's favorite story from.
Yeah.
Was it Yankee Stadium as a whole, or was just Yankee Stadium as a whole? It's an unbelievable one.
I don't know.
We'll get it for you after the show.
By the way, Bob Dell has a quick question for the staff. Is The Sandlot overrated? Now, I know what Ryan's probably going to say. Now, I watched this movie for the first time last year.
What?
Yes. Okay. This was from 1990, 91. When is this movie? It's when I was traveling doing stand-up. I didn't watch.
93.
93. Okay, exactly. That's the prime years of me.
Any of the Jet.
I watched it recently and I thought it was good. I mean, again, I think it depends on when you watch it.
As someone aged between 10 and 16, probably 10 and 15, actually, probably a little bit better. It's awesome. Once you get older, it's all right.
Ryan?
It's cool, but
yeah,
I think if you're watching it for the first time,
it's not my top
in your 40s or 50s, not as cool as if you watched it in your teens for the first time.
I like how he danced. He's like, 40s or damn well known. I'm over 50, but I don't know. It wasn't great. To me, it was all right. Ryan has a
feet fetish.
What is that? Oh, like feet. Oh, okay. That's good, Keith.
Punny.
And The Sandlot rules. No poll needed. Sorry, Paul. All right. Sorry, Reno Paul. Reno Paul's still recovering from his 9 Ghirardelli.
I still can't believe you've never seen the Mickey Mantle story before.
I must have seen. Okay, we're going straight through today. Or maybe we'll take a commercial break and I'll read it. What else do you have? We're gonna go to the next post here.
Yeah. So now going to football content.
Okay.
It was announced that Patrick Mahomes is going to have his own coffee line.
Okay. Before you go any farther, farther's distance. Further is okay. Damn it! It's like an English teacher over here. Further. Before we go any further, I want you to read the title that you came up with because I'm pretty proud of you.
So, from Mahomes' throne to a porcelain throne.
Okay.
So he's launching Throne Sport Coffee, a ready-to-drink iced coffee brand with natural caffeine and electrolytes. 4-pack sells for $14.99.
I mean, look, again, we've talked about that. I have a Starbucks. I have a tea. We have a Starbucks right here at the South Point, right as you walk in. It's open 24/7. I only drink tea. I don't drink hot beverages. I don't like coffee. I don't get cold brew coffee. People are like, oh, well, if you like cold brew, I don't like the taste of coffee. I'm not doing it. And he's going to sell a ton of those. And I hope, but you know what line's missing from this? All proceeds go to charity.
Yeah, because he doesn't need any more.
Yeah, all proceeds go to
Sure.
Brittany or, Jackson Mahomes. I don't know.
I would imagine it's not going to Jackson Mahomes.
No. So, okay, what product would you try more? A Kelsey Plum cigar or the Mahomes coffee?
Oh, you got two things that I'm sure I'll get crushed in the chat for this, but it's two things that I do not enjoy.
Oh.
I do not enjoy cigars.
Okay.
And I am not a fan of coffee. But I guess if you made me pick one, I would pick the coffee.
I would go cigar.
But I not my thing either of them.
Now, you know what I like a cigar is when I golf. Let me show you my swing.
No, stop. Get back in the chair.
You almost fell into the chair next to you.
I'm just trying to get more viral videos.
More people just saw you climb up into the chair than ever.
That what? More people what?
Just saw you climb into the chair than ever.
They're high up chairs. I'm 5'10", so it's hard to get in and out of this.
5'10"?
I haven't measured myself in a while.
I'm airing you out, my guy.
My dad, my whole life, like when you're a kid and people are like, my dad's 6'2". And I'm like, so I go home to my dad, how tall are you? He goes, just say 5'11". My dad was, I don't know. He was like, my driver's license says 5'7", which by the way is a California driver's license, which is broken in half and is not valid to get into certain places here.
That's great.
Yeah,
that's great. You need your passport on there. You need
that's great.
You need your passport on you all the time.
Well, yes, or I do. So I got to get we'll get. That's great. Just the way Jeff said that. That's great. Yeah, simpler times.
Red Panda? What?
Red Panda footage? By the way, we are going to take a break. No, we're not. We're going straight through?
Go.
Oh, okay. All right. Yeah, no, let's not do it. Screw it. You're right. Okay, what do we have next? New Bank Stadium.
Yeah, so they live in Everbank, they play in Everbank Stadium.
We're talking the Jaguars.
The Jacksonville Jaguars and the mayor of Jacksonville have presented a new plan for their $1.4 billion stadium upgrades. So the plan cost the city $775 million and cost the Jaguars $625 million.
Wow.
So the city is going to pay more to renovate the stadium.
What a deal for Shad Khan if that ends up being the case.
Yeah. A lot of meth money going in to help that out. That's good.
Yeah. So the Jags are going to continue to play in Everbank these next 25, 26, but they're going to close some sections, and then they're going to have to find a new home for 27.
London.
A temporary home for 27.
Right.
Before the stadium is ready in 28.
Wasn't that stadium relatively new?
No? Mid-90s?
That seems new to me. That seems around like when the Sandlot came out.
They put a little money in and wanted in a recent decade, but nothing crazy. Look, this is clearly a play from Shad Khan where if he doesn't get what he wants, and we're starting to see it with the Jags playing back-to-back games in London.
Again, right?
Like they did it last year. Yeah. They're doing it again this year where they play the Bears first, then they play the Patriots back-to-back weeks. They're test ballooning if they have to move this team to London. They are doing ballooning.
I was joking saying 27 they will play.
No, 26. The rumor that I saw that if they do get this deal done, they're just going to play at the Swamp.
Yeah, well, that makes sense. I was going to say
you're
something
either going to play
like
at the Swamp or in Orlando.
Which will people will be more excited to see him there.
Yeah, I mean, look, they could play in Orlando too. Orlando's not far off from Jacksonville, so there are options.
I don't know what is their win total? Did Vinny leave the sheet? I'm going to guess Jacksonville's win total.
I think they were. Well, I should probably talk into the microphone.
There you go, 7.5.
Actually, Ann, do we have that one ready? Is Jacksonville's schedule ready? Yeah. I can pull it up. I think it was 8.5, but I have to. I have to. All right, see, this is live television for everyone, folks.
When a driver's license breaks in half, that usually happens to hot chicks. He gave his son a toy wrestling company, Minnie Dar says. Is that the owner, Khan?
Yes.
I think he used to be an investor in the Steelers. Am I right? I'm pretty sure he was. I know David Tepper might have been from Carolina.
Well, David Tepper definitely 8.5 on Jacksonville, so I did get it right, actually.
Oh, okay. Well, there you go.
Shad Khan.
Oh, these graphics are amazing. So they open the season with you don't like the Dolphins at all this year? Or you think under 10?
I just think
they didn't beat anybody with a winning record
I think Miami, there's the way that the AFC breaks down for me.
Okay.
Kansas City, significantly better than most.
Yeah.
Followed by Cincinnati and Baltimore. Depending on who you think is better. I think the Bengals are better because of Burrow's healthy.
Well, Burrow's healthy, yeah.
Then it's Houston.
Okay.
Then you can throw all the AFC East teams, the Jets, the Bills, and I guess Miami into a pot. and just say which one do you think is going to be the best.
All right.
And then the second one is a wild card, and then the third one misses the playoffs completely. Because I have the Chargers in the playoffs.
Do you really?
Yes.
I would like to see that.
Yeah, I have the Chargers in the playoffs.
Okay, wow. Harbaugh is going to bring that attitude there. Probably that would be good for. Although they travel to Pittsburgh, that's going to be a good game.
Yeah, well, they're also the another fun quirk in the schedule, the ESPN Plus exclusive game against the Cardinals this year.
What? What does that mean?
That's I don't know how I can be any clearer than what I said, Frank.
All right, what's next on the post there?
Well, since you brought up the Chargers, do you want to show their schedule?
Yeah, we got to do this. I didn't watch the whole thing because I wanted to save it for live. I know it's a couple minutes, but we can talk about it. So all these teams, and by the way, another brilliant thing. The NFL said to teams, hey, look, we're going to release your schedule, make it fun. And these teams have done an amazing job. Now, I never played Sims. Did you play the Sims video game when you were a kid?
Yeah, I think the first one I played was Sims 3.
Okay. That's around the Sandlot time probably. So anyway,
The only one I played,
so
really.
explain what what the LA Chargers did. I caught myself.
Yeah.
The Chargers put out a Sims video release party, so go ahead and roll it. We can talk a little over it. There's all sorts of little Easter eggs, if you will, all around. So here we go.
Yeah.
So who is that?
I think that's the Chiefs. I think that was supposed to be.
Okay.
Yeah. But the Chargers and the Titans have had the best schedule reveal the last few years.
Yeah.
And so then they put a lot of work into this one. So the Raiders first.
Make him a Bozo the Clown? Sad clown? That's a creepy clown, actually.
And then that's Cam Newton.
Cam Newton? Why are they doing Cam Newton?
Because it's the Panthers. And then that's George Pickens.
Yeah, I saw this. Yeah, him. Yeah. I saw the pick. Yin's move. It's great. They have Harrison Buckner. They have him in the kitchen, right? And there's the Kelsey brothers doing their podcast. Just really creative. And Taylor Swift's out there.
Yeah.
Hey, baby.
Distracting Travis.
Honestly, the plane might be the best thing.
Yeah, the plane's amazing.
The best part of the whole thing.
Who's that putting?
That's their bye week.
Who?
It's a bye week. They're just
their bye
fishing.
week, so-
It's Justin,
Oh, God,
it's
that's
Justin Herbert fishing.
With an Oregon sweater on.
Yeah.
Really funny. Then Denver is Jerry Jeudy.
Everyone's out of town. See you later.
Right.
Yeah, returning everybody.
Cardinals. It's really funny. I feel like we need to stay true to our 1236. And I think we got to do picks at 1236.
We'll get to the others a little
We'll
bit.
get to that. Here we go. Time. It's 1236, ladies and gentlemen. It's time for
Punchline picks at 12:36.
every day on this show, ladies and gentlemen. If you tune in, we have someone here to give you picks. Yesterday, we had Alex White give out a couple picks. I don't remember what Alex gave out yesterday, but doesn't matter. Probably did well.
Wow.
Yesterday was a blur for me. Anyway, Alex was here yesterday. We always have someone. We get sports analysts that check in with us. Big Al McMorty. We have Chris Andrews. We'll come in and talk sports. And Matt Neverett. Matt Neverett went 2-0 on Tuesday. He gave out the Reds. He gave out the Braves -1.5. Jeff Parles is here today, sports expert. He knows what he's doing.
Sometimes.
How did you do overall in the NFL last year?
Oh God, I have to look at my spreadsheet.
Okay, don't look at your spreadsheet.
But
Okay.
I was above water last year.
Which I know. It
Which
seems
is
like
good.
every week you were giving out picks. So
Yeah,
12:36, we got to give out a pick. What do you have for us today?
What do I have for you today? The New York Mets are
Your beloved Mets.
not right now, Frank. Cannot play offense right now. Yeah, they scored 5 last night. It was nonsense runs against the back end of the Phillies bullpen. Team total's 3.5. If you can find a 4, go ahead, bet it under. They just are not hitting right now. Taijuan Walker also, again, was a former Met. Let him walk. Now a Philly. Very good in his last start after a really rough start in his first.
Yeah.
He was injured the first month. Bad first start in San Diego. Okay second start. Great third start. It was against Miami, but still. Team total under on the Mets today. If you can find a 4, go ahead and do that. 3.5 still should be good there, though.
Now, you grew up in the Jersey area.
I grew up in
obviously.
northern New Jersey.
Northern
yes.
New Jersey. Who's your hockey team? Are you a Devils guy?
Yeah, very casual.
So you
Devils.
hate the Rangers then?
I do not like the Rangers, but for the purpose of
I
sports
know.
by the book,
Just talking about it.
by
yeah.
the purpose of sports by the book, because Alex has been on the Canes, I have been on the Rangers the whole
Okay.
way of saying
It's 3-2 right now, Rangers.
It's 3-2 Rangers, but the Rangers are in jeopardy of potentially becoming the 5th team in Stanley Cup playoff history of blowing a 3-0 lead and losing it altogether.
I don't know.
And quite honestly, I think Carolina's going to win tonight.
I do too. That's the
we're
one
going to
thing
get
I
Game
looked at.
7, and all bets are off when you get to Game 7.
Game
at
7,
that point.
that's the best.
Especially when you're dealing with, to me, the two best teams in hockey, which I think they are.
They're playing. I agree. Ryan, do you have any picks today?
Well, we've got Keith Lyle in the chat. On the opposite side of you guys, he likes the Rangers plus the 125 to win to close out the series.
I would have no problem with that. That would cash my series price ticket, so I'd have no problem with that.
You were early on the Rangers to win that series.
I had the Rangers to win that series. Plus 130. I think I got plus 125. I have to double check that on the phone.
How do you have a spreadsheet with all the bets? You write down you keep track of everything?
You have to if you're going to do this honestly. Yeah.
Oh, am I supposed to be doing that?
No, but
I'm not honest. I'm not the guy that you want to buy. I give out, emotional picks.
Well, more so than anything for me, like the main yes, you want to keep track of your wins of where you are monetary wise.
All right,
but it's also to use a poker term to close your leaks.
Right.
So if you're really bad at a sport and you see it on the spreadsheet, part of the reason that I'm very that's a rare baseball pick for me.
Yeah,
I don't bet a lot of baseball because I know in the past. Been a lot of leaks with betting baseball, so you got to find your leaks and see where they're at. Yeah.
All right, Ryan, what do you got?
Well, I do think one of the series being played today will be closed out. I know it's hard to put teams away in the NBA, but I do think the Nuggets do it in Minnesota.
Yeah, I got no problem with that.
Jokic looked like a completely different animal. Rudy Gobert couldn't handle him in Game 5.
Yeah, this is a learning experience for the Wolves coming out too love, and then just getting cocky and just boy. I mean, and what Joker did the other night is just ridiculous.
Yeah, so the Nuggets are catching 2.5, 2 here, and you'll get a plus price on the Nuggets plus 110 if you take them on the money line. So.
Yeah, and I know Reno Paulo. You look at the Tyler Glasnow right now. I think we talked about this yesterday. He's the leading candidate for MVP or Cy Young Award right now. He was first, or was he second?
He was second. Ranger Suarez.
Oh, Suarez. Yeah, that's not going to last with Ranger Suarez. He's good.
I'm not so certain about that. Frank.
I don't know.
I'm not so certain about that.
Well, Glasnow he doesn't finish a whole season. The Dodgers are minus 330 right now, somewhere around there, over 300, which has happened several times this year. You look up Dodger line's over 3.5.
For what it's worth, Zach Wheeler is the predominant favorite right down the side.
Zach Wheeler is the Mets let him walk.
We know that was a great move.
Anyway, look at Glasnow's strikeouts. I think that's something. Jared Jones is also pitching. Alex White and I have bet on Jared Jones every game this year. Last game he did not go over.
No, but that's because they moved it up a full strikeout.
Correct. So take a look at those two. Those would be my picks. The Dodgers minus 320 here at the South Point. Minus 160, even with minus 1.5. Boy, they're getting the Reds no love, but the Dodgers at home are tough. Wow. We still haven't had a cycle. We're going to get a cycle. I feel like a cycle.
We were close the other day.
Yeah. With
close
the A's?
with Ohtani.
Shea Langoliers and
that's right. Langoliers was close.
Langoliers was close, and Ohtani was close. I mean,
Dog's got them, and Matt Neverett has the A's, I believe. So, look at the strikeouts on those two. Again, my picks are take them for what they're worth. Glasnow's 8.5, says Paul. Oh my God.
Pitching.
Ryan, can we do another cycles pool where we just pick the position that the player's playing?
What would you say? Shortstop?
Oh, I have no idea. That's completely random.
I just feel I feel like he's going to do it.
You think so? Do you have the Reds?
Who do you think gets stuck with pitcher?
What's that again?
Well, no, we wouldn't do pitcher. They don't hit it anymore.
I know.
Oh, yeah, right. Yeah, who gets stuck with pitcher? We'll give it to Jerry. He'll be like, okay, pitcher's good. All right. All right, what do we got next on the post with punchlines? We have a release date. Oh, boy. You want to talk? I think here's a bet. How much money will this make on the first day? Ryan, why don't you go ahead and talk about what we got here? Release date for the EA Sports College Football 25. Fans have been waiting how many years? 12 years since the last edition?
The last edition was released in 13. It was NCAA 14.
Okay, so almost 10 years or 11 years. My math is not so good.
I believe, yeah.
So anyway, the MVP. Jesus, look at this. So the game.
The MVP edition gets you a copy of Madden and a copy of EA of College Football 25. So you also get all these packs for Ultimate Team and all that kind of stuff. So yeah, $150 for the MVP edition, $100 for the deluxe, and then $70 for the standard.
That's insane. I mean,
gets you a whole thing, gets you Madden. It's almost actually worth it
for $150.
Almost.
Yeah, you get both.
Yeah.
I mean, obviously the college players who have participated in the no money now, we can see on the back. You see Quinn Ewers there. You're going to get jerseys. You're going to get players. When I played this in its peak, me and my buddy Frank Murgy, I don't even think we could look up on the internet who the players were. So half the time we only knew like the quarterback, maybe one running back. That's going to be so much fun. I believe Sean, who works on the show, has told
already
me
said he's getting a PS5.
He's getting a PS5. He's going to go ahead and spend a $500 console on this. They will make. I think GTA kind of set the record, or one of these Call of Duties at most sales in one day is like $800 or $900 million. Could this do over $1 billion?
No, I don't think so.
Dude, think about it.
I know, but you still like
600 million.
But the
640.
But the segment. Remember, the segment of people who are buying sports games is still just a small sliver.
True. Whereas GTA is
or Halo or whatever,
violence.
like it plays better for video games. It's ridiculous.
That's true. I see Ryan looking something up. Was he trying to?
I'm looking up the video games.
Okay.
So GTA 5 made $800 million in the first 24 hours.
That's ridiculous. That's ridiculous.
That's why I knew. That's why I'm saying, could this broach $1 billion?
Yeah, a record-shattering amount. Roughly 11 million copies sold
of that
in the first 24 hours.
Right. So this, if you know what they do, you know how you want to break $1 billion? Put a Taylor Swift song on there. Boom. $1 billion.
They may have to
just
pay
do that on Madden. That's how you get your sales up again.
And are there legacy college teams too as well, or is it just current because they're just going with the nil? It'd probably be too hard to get the 85 Cornhuskers or something, right?
Yeah,
eventually.
I'm not sure.
Eventually they will, because anyone will take money. That's going to be awesome. Unbelievable, man. All right, what's our next post?
Well, the Rams did their schedule release, but they also did a trivia game with Sean McVay to see if he could answer different trivia questions based on the opponents that they were playing against.
Okay.
And so I kind of edited it down a little bit, but here we go.
Okay.
All right, the Rams 2024 schedule just dropped, and Sean McVay.
Oh, is this how he knows every play?
With some questions about each opponent on the slate. Are you ready?
I'm ready.
2021, Week 7. Lions are at SoFi. First
this
and goal
guy's
at the
amazing.
5, early fourth quarter. Give us your play call.
Yeah, it was a great touchdown pass from Matthew to Cooper Kupp. That was lab to south right, close, fire two fly X crossers. Got him in a man coverage right there. Cooper just outflanked him. Good throw and catch.
In the 2021 NFC
he can recall every play. The guy can recall every play.
Extremely rare.
He'd be great on television one day.
Oh my God!
Yeah.
What play call led to that grab?
Good old-fashioned choice for him. It was F-mo to south left clamp minus.
They have the beautiful mind stats.
F-choice stucco. Man pressure. What a throw and catch. I mean, fitted in a tight window with Kwan Williams right there, and then the run after the catch.
The guy's back. That's me. That's Babel.
What was the play call for Puka's first career reception?
It was Y-mo to south left clamp, jacks right, Y course palm. It's a nice little curl route.
Tyler Higbee had a standout performance against.
By the way, I thought that guy was wearing a different jersey for each game. I thought that was the logo on his chest.
3 catches, 3 touchdowns, over 50 yards.
You were undefeated in their stadium, but you have yet to beat one of the team that plays there.
Yeah, we've had a couple appearances against the Giants. Now we got to go play the New York Jets at MetLife this year.
Talk about knowing your foe.
I have no life, really.
What was that last line?
I have no life, really.
I have no life, really. I'll tell you what. That's beautiful mind level. That is.
He is.
How about them apples? What is it?
It's kind of funny because like a lot of people kind of like when they had the bad year when Stafford got hurt after they won the Super Bowl, people kind of soured on McVay. Oh, like it's time for it to go to the broadcast booth.
Right.
No, the guy is still a top 5 coach.
Eventually, he will go to
and he will get paid a lot of money.
Oh my God! You think Tony Romo can like maybe predict a play? This guy, are you kidding? He'll know the next 4 plays. He'll script the whole game for you and just. I love listening to him talk. I think he's amazing.
He knows ball, that's for sure.
He knows. So he grew up around it, right? His dad was with this Washington team. I almost called him the wrong name. All right, we're gonna have a special guest coming in a minute. But what else do we have? Is there one?
Yeah, we have another post.
Okay.
This one WNBA content. So the Pacers and the Fever are playing in the same arena.
Oh, this is great. Yeah.
So they did a time lapse of the Pacers floor being removed and the Fever floor being put in.
I love time lapse stuff all the time. Look how quickly they can do that.
And that floor is so cool.
That is an awesome floor. Boom. Put that one away. Boom. You got the Fever.
Oh, it's a giant. It's a giant logo, behind the logo. I was trying to figure out what that was, but that.
Oh, I thought you were saying that's the giant uniforms because it kind of looks like it with the red and blue, the New York Giant uniforms.
No, a little bit, but no. I thought I was thinking like because I was looking at that monitor as opposed to that monitor, and I'm like, oh, did they put like a tornado back there? That's not right.
No. But the Fever home opener tonight against the Liberty.
Of course, it's on ESPN or ESPN2, I'm sure.
Yeah, Caitlin Clark's home opener.
Oh my God! And we got I won on her 3-pointers the other night. So I mean,
I was trying to figure out what the number was
at the home game at her home debut. It's probably up to 4.5, right?
Let me look.
Okay,
what are we?
Caitlin Clark's 3-pointers. I'm just curious.
Is it 21.5 on the points? Right?
I don't know. She only had 20 on the opening game, but I took over 3.5 threes, and she hit that 4th kind of late in the game. So that cashed out.
See,
for us.
Caitlin Clark and Jack Golke, your two favorite people to bet on.
I love people that just throw it up.
You have to lay $2 for Caitlin Clark's over 3.5.
Oh my God.
Her point total is 20.5. Yep.
Under again.
And then Sabrina Ionescu is 17.5 on points, and then she's also at 3.5 3-pointers, but you get minus 105.
I would just keep until the market adjusts.
Yeah. I
would just keep rolling with the unders on Clark.
Yeah.
If she beats you on those numbers, so be it. But
yeah, interesting.
It's again, as we saw in the first game, like as great as she was at Iowa, and she was arguably the best collegiate women's basketball player we've ever seen.
Yeah.
It's a different deal. It's the same deal as if some amazing college player went to the NBA. Like people, I don't think in their brain processed that for whatever reason, but it's the same upgrade in talent. And she got handled pretty well in her opener.
Gets 10 turnovers.
10 turnovers. Look, and Connecticut's good. New York's the second best team in the league.
Yeah, that's who they have at home.
That's
tonight.
what they have tonight.
Yeah.
It's not an easy thing to do.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, if you're new to the show, we appreciate you coming. Please like and subscribe. The viewers are what we need. We love having you guys on here. We also do Sports by the Books, the show Jeff hosts every day, Tuesday through Saturday with Alex White.
I've never looked better than I look on the shot right now.
Why? What happened?
They cut me off.
Oh, you were paying attention?
Yeah. Well, that's right.
I know.
Yeah.
You were helping Jimmy get in. Listen, so check out Sports by the Book. We also have Race Day Las Vegas in the mornings with Ralph Sirocco. If you want horse picks, you can watch that. We run specials. We had a special for the Masters. We do specials for the Preakness. And one of the gentlemen that we're very fortunate to have who pops in on here every once in a while, we talk about all hotels in Vegas, not just the wonderful South Point, where we have the sports book and race book separated, only place that does that. We have legend Jimmy Vaccaro is here. Jimmy Vaccaro, ladies and gentlemen. Hey, Jimmy. So Jimmy wanted to stop in and talk about a hotel that's closing and changing over. It's a pretty big story.
Yeah, well, thank you for inviting me over for a little bit. I thought it's something good to talk about. Okay. Here we are, all these years later. This is 34 years ago that the place called the Mirage was opened.
Right.
34 years. And I was very fortunate at the time. I was opened up the racing sports for Steve Wynn there. So I was standing outside with 25 other people as Steve made his speeches and whatever, and the governor was here. And then people wanted to see anything that happened. When Steve Wynn opened the Mirage, believe me, he changed the whole dynasty of what it is. He changed the whole way the new guys come into town and wanted to bet wanted to build a new hotel.
Right.
And Steve was probably the best orator I've ever seen in my life. Put a microphone in front of him, you just wanted to keep doing what he's doing. So it was fortunate that I was there, and we were all out front, and Steve was making his speech. And all of a sudden, here comes a car that pulls up, and it's Roy from Siegfried and Roy.
Oh, wow.
And the door opened up, and he came out, but guess who followed him?
The tiger.
The white tiger.
Are you serious? I was joking.
Yeah, and on a leash. They had him on a leash. They walked him up to like the front of the line there, and they got this to put his paws up on Roy's chest there, like so. So what they did was like him opening up the rooms. He was the first person to get a room at the Mirage.
Wow.
And it was something that I was very fortunate to be a part of way back when. And the other thing that people forget, you talk about like double headers or whatever. Within 5 days later, we had Leonard versus Duran, a fight in the back.
That wasn't the No Moss fight, was it? Or was it?
No, the third was the No Moss fight.
Okay, all right, No Moss, right.
And so anyway, I'm just flabbergasted because I kept saying, how many more people can get in here? So what they did for a while with security everywhere is like, if 10 people left the casino, they let 10 in. There was never an opening door policy for 2 days. That's how big it was.
Wow.
I remember one, the little girl, my secretary called me. She said, Jimmy, Mr. Wynn wants to see you. I said, what the hell what could he want? So I went up to his office, and there was a lot of the dignitaries were up there with him. And we talked for a little bit, and I talked about the fight and whatever. And then he had said to listen, then the phone rang. As he said, listen to me. Phone rang, and he says, it's the whatever, security or people downtown, police or whatever. They said, the thing was, Mr. Wynn, would you help us get people out in front of the hotel because nobody could move. The cars couldn't move. Everything was jammed up.
Wow.
And I could see Steve was like saying whatever he was. But here's a classic Steve ending. He put the phone down and went like this. I love it. Whatever. So here it is, 34 years later that I was actually there. So that's the reason I stopped in, just to say hello.
Yeah, and if you want to clear a crowd in front of the Mirage, let the white tiger go. That would be, I've taken him off the leash, let him clear out the crowd. People would get out of the way. They could have utilized the white tiger better. But it's going to close down. I know it's going to become the Hard Rock.
It's a Hard Rock, yeah.
And I think even on the receipts when you buy some, it already prints Hard Rock. But
it's owned by Hard Rock.
Yeah.
It could be closed for like 2.5 years.
It's going to be closed that long. That's a shame because was it Greenblatt's Deli that was there was a deli right in the Mirage that I would always get when I'd go in, because I'd stayed at the Mirage a lot. I always did well there.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, it was always like my lucky hotel, and I get a sandwich there. So when's it closing? In July?
In July.
July 17th is what I read. And getting back to like Pizza Kitchen, that was like the big hangout for all the bookmakers to settle up on Tuesday morning. It was here. So it was an incredible thing, and just staring, and you're looking at this and said, can this happen? Yeah, it did happen, and it will happen again.
Jimmy, just real quick, of course, you're the one who came up with season win totals. Season win totals are now up. That was at the Mirage too, correct?
That was at the Golden Nugget.
That was at the Golden Nugget. Okay,
Mirage, yeah.
okay.
He came up with win totals for the NFL.
Do you want to tell the story real quick?
Please. Let's
good order?
we were talking about at the beginning.
They're building the Mirage, and obviously we're still at the Golden Nugget because Steve owned the Golden Nugget also at the same time. And then it used to be way back when junkets were a big thing. Another 100 or 200 people came. You know,
I used to do them from LA for $99. Right.
Texas was a big thing with the Golden Nugget and the Mirage. So I'm there. What we call him, Jack, the burger guy from Texas. He came into me, and he used to come to the Mirage and the Nugget a lot. And he said, Jimmy, he says, how many games do you think the Cowboys can win this year?
Okay.
That's when they got rid of Landry and Jerry Jones came into town, whatever. So he came up to the guy and said, geez, Jack, I never even thought of it. He said, well, partner, I'd like to make a little bit on that. I said, well, give me 20 minutes. And I went back, and all of a sudden, I'm standing there with one of the little girls who work for us. He said, Jimmy, all that is a total like you do with ABA. You know, it's just a total over under. So I just took a shot. I walked out. I'll never forget this. He said, what do you got there, cowboy? I said, 5.5 wins. You can bet over or under. He said, that ain't bad. He said, you know what? Wilma, that was his wife's name. He said, turn the purse over. Turn the purse over, and all this money come flying out. $38,500 to win, $35,000. He bet over the 5.5. Then naturally, they only won one game that year. But anyway, the thing there was a fight in town. That's why everybody was there. So we went to the fight. We're at Caesar's Palace, and now all the Texas beat writers were coming up looking for me. Said, Jimmy, what about that? What about that? Within 7 days, every newspaper in the country was getting a hold of me because they want to do the same thing for their team. So yeah, Jimmy took that one.
Wow, nice. And they won one game. I remember that. It was like 1 in 15. Jimmy Johnson's first year.
1 in 15.
Oh,
that's the best part of the whole. That's the funniest part of the whole thing.
Well, listen, Jimmy, your Vegas memories, I mean, you're one of a kind, so we appreciate it when you stop in. Jimmy stops in on all the shows regularly. You got to watch all the shows here at South Point Studios for stuff. I almost said nuggets like that, but because we said the
Take it easy, guys.
Thank you, Jimmy McCarl, ladies and gentlemen. That's what happens on this show. We're live every day from noon to 1 on Punchlines, Monday through Friday. Ryan, any comments there in the chat room that we want to close with or anything I missed?
We still have Frankie Fungo trivia.
All right, let's do end with Frankie Fungo trivia. This is perfect.
All of our great
perfect show. Perfect. We had a little bit of everything.
New punchies get to enjoy Frankie Fungo trivia.
All right, I'm going to close my computer in case anyone thinks I'm.
Thankfully, I will say this.
I started strong a couple weeks ago. Last week was rough.
Well, I really made it more difficult.
Okay, name that player.
So because the Cubs and the Pirates are playing each other again this weekend, we do more Cubs and Pirates here. Name this player that played for both the Cubs and the Pirates in Pittsburgh, 04-05, in Chicago, 07 and 08.
Damn it.
He played left field. He played first base. He was a great pinch hitter in his 10-year major league career.
Derek Lee. That was last week. Now, I've been waiting for Brant Brown. I've been waiting for him to pull up Brant Brown. He was in the John Lieber trade.
I was considering Brant Brown, but I did not do it.
I was waiting for that. It was going to look so good. It was going to be like the Ty Wigington one.
That was your best one, yeah.
That was my best one. Oh, God. He played for both Pittsburgh and Chicago. 2004. A left fielder?
He played. I think he played more first base in Pittsburgh, if memory serves me correctly.
Pinch hitter for 6 major league teams.
I'll give you a
clue. Yeah.
I'll give you a hint. He was a left-handed hitter.
He shares a last name with another Pittsburgh icon, sports icon.
Hey,
Billy Stargell.
Oh wow! Wow. I'm surprised you. That should give you the answer.
Harris, here. Lenny Harris. No,
good guess, but no.
Wide receiver.
Okay, there we go. Swan, Stallworth.
Oh my God.
Lewis Lips. You guys, you stumped me again, Jay.
Daryl Ward.
Daryl Ward!
You should have known that, right?
If you would have said he had splashdown hits, he had the first splashdown. He hit the first one in the river for the Pirates. Also played for Houston, is what I remember him with too.
He was he had a little power bat, but he had a negative. Wait a second, he had a negative WAR.
He had a negative WAR.
God. Show that graphic again, please, Ann. I loved those uniforms. I loved the gray with the black sleeves. I always liked those uniforms.
That's the most impressive thing, that he had a negative WAR. I actually never thought he was that bad of a player.
Yeah, he was a nice complimentary player.
All right, I'm curious because I gave him 3. We're only doing 2
We're
today.
only doing 2. We got one more.
What was the other one that you did here, Ryan?
Not the
Brant Brown.
impressive player.
Name that player that played for both Pittsburgh and Chicago.
Yeah, you should be able to get this.
2001 All-Star, played for 4 major league teams in Pitt from 94. Chicago. That's not John Lieber. 20 wins? John Lieber?
John Lieber.
It is John Lieber. Okay. I was kind of waiting for Lieber. Lieber was traded for Brant Brown.
Yeah.
And we got robbed.
That's why when you said Brant Brown, who was obviously in the Lieber trade, as we both knew, it's like, he's going to, I hope Ryan picked the other one today, or else it's going to be a quick second one here.
What was the other one? Or we'll save it for
We're saving that for when the Pirates and the Cubs play each other again.
Of course, he won 20 games, and that was with the Cubs. It was a great trade for you guys. I remember when it happened.
In all honesty, immaculate grid, which I know you like doing.
It.
John Lieber 20 wins with the Cubs is always a great one.
0.7%, under 2%.
They don't. Lieber never. No one ever thinks Lieber, but he had that amazing year in 01.
I love it. All right, listen, we really appreciate you guys being here. Sean and Ann and Ryan are always behind the desk there. Sometimes we have other people there. Jeff's got his show tomorrow. You'll be on Sports by the Book.
Yes, tomorrow. Vinny will join us again, hopefully not punishing you again.
No, please.
Matt Neverett, who you are blaming right now.
I blame Matt.
You're blaming Matt.
He went 2-0 this week on picks, so listen up to Matt.
So Matt will be with us as well. And then Saturday, because we're on Saturday as well, if you're in the betting space, and you will know this name, Lou Finacaro, one of the sharpest guys out there, will join us on Saturday morning at 9:15. So
that's how we roll here at the South Point. Jeff Parles has done over 200 episodes. We just did episode 154. Ryan, anything else?
Before Sports by the Book tomorrow morning, we also have Race Day Las Vegas.
We sure do.
Our
which we mentioned with Ralph.
Show. Yeah, and if you want to follow us on social media, any of our accounts on Facebook, Instagram,
you can get us on podcasts, anywhere you get podcasts.
They're all in the description of the video.
And Gone Racing.
Yep.
Yes.
Today.
I had an off day this week because it's All Stars. But yeah, every Thursday we have a NASCAR show hosted by Brennan Gaughan and Jeff Motley.
But not this week.
Yep.
Yeah. So for all the new people that are tuning in because you saw me break a monitor on set that I was punished for by Vinny Magliulo, thank you for joining us. Please click and subscribe. We'll see you tomorrow. Punchlines. Line stands for Live in Nevada every show.